Hey Scorpio. That one morning, with all the voices in my head. Fun, isn't it? You guys are really deep this week. 1st through the 12th of May 2018. Bottom of the deck. Death. Go ahead and just suck that in real quick. You guys are really deep, feeling the electric charges of your own emotions. Speaking loud and clear and echoing back at you. We rule the underworld, Scorpio. And yet, we find ourselves at the tippy top. Tippy top. Closer to the surface of Earth. Than to the depths of hell. And I totally just got a fucking chill when I said that. And I didn't want anyone to know that I felt that. My body was kind of like, just feel it for a minute. Scorpios, why are you guys creating such a shitty spring? It's extra cold than usual. And then it's super sunny and beautiful one day, and then it's like fucking freezing and it's ugly as fuck. Pisces are really good at changing the wind. Scorpios can create rain. We can change the weather. 2 cards. Two of Cups in the reverse. Perhaps that is something that it's like really standing out, you guys. I don't know if you can. I think I'm gonna take it. I feel like that is something that's been on your mind, like when you're hella like angry, or like when you're feeling really schizo. When you're really schizo, like schizo, but like hearing voices, being paranoid, thinking someone's talking about you, but actually fucking knowing it because we can feel it in our stomachs, we can feel it in our fucking assholes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just fucking know it. Schizo. When we're feeling schizo, hold on, I need some sugar in my day. We make things happen. We have control over the wind a little bit. With the rain, the clouds, the climate, just weather. We also have control of people's emotions. This week, Scorpion's eyes have gotten bigger. Like the actual eye itself, not like the shape of its eye. Not the shape of your eye, but the actual eye itself. Do you see that? Hell, you know what? For even some of you, you might have noticed a scar on your face. Do you see like right there? I should probably use like a little pointer, right? Because my little nails are kind of ugly. Give me a second. I'm going to make one really quick. All right. Whoop. Do you see like this right here? That looks like a scar, right? On the cheekbone, because it doesn't look the same as the other cheekbone, right? So maybe you've noticed a scar on the right side of your face that you hadn't noticed before. Maybe you noticed a scar on somebody else that you hadn't noticed before. Having a scar on the face is a typical sign to identify a Scorpio. Normally, they do have scars on their face, or one solid scar that either wasn't there before and just appeared out of nowhere, or it's been there because, well, you know, you just have a scar on your face. It's nobody's business. Okay? Excuse me. So, your eyes are getting bigger. You're starting to see cheekbones. You're starting to see features of a Scorpio. It could also be your eyes are a bit more penetrative. Your eyes are a bit more intense. People have a hard time looking at you. People have a hard time lying to you. People have a hard time talking to you. Maybe even they're a little nervous, more nervous. You notice that your personality is a bit more magnetic. This is especially for those who are Scorpios or Libran Scorpios or Sagittarian Scorpios, like on the cusp and stuff. Or those who have not stepped into the Scorpion power yet and are about to. You have a lot of questions like, well, I noticed the weather changes. Well, I know there's like a little bit more wind when I want there to be a little bit more wind. Or I notice there's like a huge gust of wind when I'm feeling really depressed and it makes me really happy. I notice, trees bend in my direction when I'm mad as fuck. Like, it could just really just be anything. You're just noticing these things and it's like, yes, that's you. But be careful. Just because you can do that doesn't mean you're sending out, the energy of power. What are you thinking of? Are you thinking about destruction? Are you thinking about hurting somebody? Yeah, you're super powerful if you can bend the trees or bend the weather. Or make rain happen, to clear away your sadness, to cry in the rain so that no one can see your pain. Like, think about what you're putting out there when you summon things like that. Everything you do, Scorpio, comes back to you. Five of Wands in the reverse. 3 of Cups upright. You have gone into isolation mode to the fucking extreme. Page of Pentacles. You don't say anything to anybody, not often anyways. And if you do talk to people, you don't find yourself communicating very much. You find yourself realizing, without realizing it at first, but afterwards you're like, I just realized that I know that person's entire fucking story and they don't know even my first name. People are coming up to you just to tell you their life story, Scorpio. And you're like, what does this mean? What do I do with this? What does this mean? What do I do with this? You might even notice that someone is offering you marijuana if you do not smoke anything at all, or they might be offering you hard drugs and maybe you've been secondhand smoking. Maybe even some of you notice that maybe one of your lovers have blown a hard drug on your genital area and you've never done anything before. Maybe now you're addicted to it and you didn't know it before. Like you might be addicted to a hard substance and you didn't know that. Blowing it on your genital area, even though you're not using it, could get you addicted. I don't know where that came from. You're just starting to be very aware. Just like last week's reading, you're become very aware of things that you were just like, okay, whoa, I used to like poke fun at maybe an ex. used to poke fun at an ex that was spiritual, and you thought they were full of shit, that they were aware of shit. You hear that in the background? It's a crow. Be aware. Beware and be aware that spirituality, Scorpio, is not a fucking game. It's real. And those who have not yet stepped into their power and are about to, Two of Cups, Nine of Wands, no doubt do you want to go back. Look at this, Nine of Wands. If that's not the case, Scorpio, you having indirect contact with this hard substance drug, or when your partner would blow things down there, this can now explain your high levels of anxiety, super strength, and high levels of aggressiveness. Okay? If that's not it, you have given up parts of yourself, and you've been working out like a mother. Look at his stomach. You're in good shape now, Scorpio. Scorpio, you are not the rainbow after the rain. You are the thunder they hear in the distance. Do you hear that? Are you scared? You should be. Because Scorpio is aware. You are very powerful. So be careful what you wish for, Scorpio. This month especially, things you literally just speak happen. So if you're going to start talking, Scorpio, again, if you're going to start talking after being mute for quite some time, if you've been quiet, whatever you do or speak of or feel, no matter what, even if you don't want it. Oh, look, that one. No, this one first. The universe will give that to you. And whatever you really do want, the universe will give that to you too. So don't think about what you don't want, because the universe doesn't hear, I don't want this. Okay? Think perhaps instead what you do want. Okay? Think about what you do want. Don't think about what might happen. Don't think about what could happen. Don't think about what has happened. Think about what you want to happen. But make it good, because if it's not good, the bad will come back to you, and you don't get to choose how it comes back to you, Scorpio. So if you want to feed your community, feed the poor strangers you also don't know, so that can come back to you 3 times and grow. What's citrine? It starts with you. Make the change in you. Feed the homeless yourself from the food in your home. Page of Coins. Give a homeless person $20 and don't think about where that money's going to go. Don't expect it to come back, but it will, 3-fold. Peace.